You probably wake up and the first thing you do is grab your phone and you just scroll through social media, TikTok, whatever. You check your messages, you play some games, and you just sit there first thing in the morning just on your phone for half an hour, maybe even an hour, and you just waste your whole morning. And your morning is pretty much your day, so you're wasting your entire day. You don't get any sunlight into your eyes. You don't get your morning optimized at all for productivity. You just kind of just waste the entire morning. Does this sound like you? You see, I used to have that same problem. I would wake up and first thing I would do is just go downstairs, walk down my stairs, lay on my couch, pull out my phone, and just scroll through social media, TikTok, whatever. I'd play Clash Royale, was one of the main games I played, and just really just waste my mornings every single time, every single day. It was like it was almost a ritual basically. I would literally imagine this. I would literally set my alarm specifically so I have the time to do this. Imagine that. I would set my alarm 30 minutes ahead of where I actually needed to start getting ready for work or school or whatever I needed to do that day, just so I could be on my phone in the morning. Just imagine how David Goggins would be in his mornings. Does he go on his phone, do you think? You think he just wakes up and just scrolls through his phone? No. So let's dive deep into how you could set a good morning routine for yourself. So with the morning, it all kind of revolves around how you sleep. And it's very important to get your sleeping straight before you develop some sort of morning routine. So you wanna go to bed at a certain time every single night and wake up at the same time every single morning. And you wanna make sure you get 8 hours of sleep, but you need to actually be in bed for like 9 hours to get the full 8 hours of sleep because it takes time to fall asleep. You get up multiple times throughout the night without you even realizing it. So just get in bed like 9 hours before you have to actually get up. Don't, whatever you do though, when you get up in the morning, you could do whatever else in the morning, but no matter what, when you get up in the morning, do not use your phone. Do not use any sort of media, nothing that could waste your brain power absorbing all this useless information and garbage instead of actually putting in the time into your work directly in the morning. Your brain, you just slept, so your brain is fully repaired and is ready for the day. So why would you use your brain's power on some useless garbage when you could be using it for something more productive? And Dr. Huberman, Andrew Huberman, he does a lot of podcasts. You probably know him yourself if you're already doing self-improvement. I'm pretty sure he's like a professor at Harvard University, but he kind of dives a lot deeper into this morning routine, sleep than I do. You could go check out his like 2 hour long podcast. But he talks about the most important part is when you wake up, you want to actually walk outside and get direct sunlight into your eyes. Not through like a window or like when you're driving through your windshield. You want to get sun directly into your eyes. This is very important because this actually sets your circadian rhythm. I don't really know the exact definition of what that is, but I just know that setting your circadian rhythm first thing in the morning just makes it easier to fall asleep at night and just makes your sleep a better quality overall. And you also have to keep in mind that when you sleep, your body is still burning calories. Your body is, even if you're asleep, your organs, your body, it's all still running to keep you alive, obviously. And you do this for 8 to 9 hours every single night. You don't drink any water throughout this whole entire time frame. Maybe you get up in the middle of the night to drink water, yeah, but most people don't. And even so, even if you do, you still want to, when you wake up in the morning, first thing you want to do is, I have this, I think like 32 ounces of water, and I just drink the entire bottle first thing in the morning. And I do this also with a little bit of like salt, a pinch of salt, just to wake up my nervous system and all that. You don't have to do the salt if you don't like it, but just make sure you replenish your body with water. The salt kind of just wakes up your nervous system and just gets you like wired and ready for the day. that is like its own topic. I'm not gonna dive deep into that part with salt. And what I've been doing recently, um, yeah, like if you're a bodybuilder or you go to the gym and you're trying to like put on muscle, you want to like eat a lot of food, a lot of calories. But what I found that's really helpful with my productivity is that I like to fast first thing in the morning. For I'd say, I mean, I do it for 3.5 hours. I fast just because that's just a time block of some work I want to get done. But you could really just fast for like a couple hours, however long you want. And the fasting kind of just like when you're on that hungry mode, your body's on that overdrive and you're just rapidly being productive, and your body's kind of just trying to keep you alive, so your brain is like hyped up. When you eat food, you're also digesting it and you're using a lot of energy to digest the food, so that also makes you more tired, aka you're not being as efficient. And let's see. Sorry, I have my notes right here. I'm just making sure I don't go past anything. A big part of it too is Andrew Huberman talks about this a lot. If you're a coffee drinker yourself or like any energy drink, you don't want to wake up and drink caffeine first thing in the morning because your body kind of gets used to this and it makes you rely on it a lot. And it really kind of like if you don't have your caffeine first thing in the morning, your body will just not function. So he talks about this a lot. He has like a specific time frame. I forgot exactly what the time frame is. I just know that roughly an hour after you wake up. So if you wake up at like 7 a.m., at like 8 a.m., that's when you could drink like your first coffee or your whatever you prefer for caffeine. I personally think any energy drink is garbage. But if you're a coffee or tea drinker, you want to have your caffeine an hour after you're awake in the morning. So you want to get up, you want to go outside for 5 minutes, get some sunlight directly into your eyes, then go back inside, drink a bunch of water, and you could just go on with your morning. Now, morning routine I used to do when I first started my self-improvement journey is that I'll do everything I just described, but then I would also, after that, I would go out onto like my outside patio. I just have like a patio right outside my house, and I would read every single morning for like usually a chapter, and it took me like 20 to 30 minutes. And I would also journal sometimes, not every single time, but I would journal just whatever's on my mind, whatever I'm thinking about, goals I want to set, or just notes about what I just read if it's very, very useful. And then I would go back inside. I would make my coffee because by that time, after everything, it's been like 45 minutes, and by the time I finish with my coffee, it's like an hour, and that's when I can drink my coffee. So I had this hour morning routine every single morning. I wouldn't do anything else, just that morning routine every single morning just to get the rest of my day started. Now it's a little bit different just because it is winter time almost. We're like October, November almost. It's like fall, and the sun is not out first thing in the morning. And I'm actually getting up at 6 a.m. rather than 7 a.m., so a little bit earlier too. So I get up when it's dark, so I kind of, you don't have to have the morning routine first thing in the morning. You could always have it just a little bit later in the morning, but still in the morning. So what I do is I get up and then I go downstairs, I drink my water. That's still obviously the first thing. I get like some artificial lighting in my eyes, so like from my kitchen light or bathroom light or whatever, for a couple minutes. And then I go upstairs and I do just 3.5 hours of like deep work where I'm fasted. I don't have any coffee. I mean, after an hour, I go downstairs every hour just to make a black coffee, just a small black coffee, just to keep me going. But for 3.5 hours, I don't eat any food. I just have the black coffee and water, and I just get a bunch of work done every single morning now. Even if like I have work, I also work at a part-time job, and I have to be there at 8 a.m. and I don't get to obviously do this period of deep work, but I still have the same morning ritual. You want to keep your morning routine also consistent all 7 days throughout the week, weekends, whatever. So if you go to school currently right now and you have to get up at like 7 a.m. for school, make sure you do the same on the weekends. Make sure you still go to bed at the same time every single night as well. And I mean, I pretty much got most of it covered. I can dive way deeper into this. I could talk about this for hours and hours. Even for people specifically, it could be different. So just experiment with this. Try what works for you. Just take my do's that I said you should do and my don'ts that you should not do, and just keep those in mind. And let me know how it goes for you. I'm curious.